A structure like this has so many uses. Leave the floor off and it'd be a chicken pen or a livestock barn. With just a few alterations, you could put walls on this thing and make a shed or even a small cabin. But my plans for it are to make it just some additional outdoor living space. Whoa, it's cold today. Gusts up to 30 miles an hour with 18 mile an hour regular, 42 for a high. Woo, cold up here in the mountains. Pond is looking so good. It's crystal clear. It's holding its depth at about 5 feet. Oh man, I'm loving that. I can't believe how crystal clear it got. I knew it would, but here it is. That is crystal clear. Typically, when I build a shed roof, I do it like this, with the metal going this way from high to low. But on this next shed, I plan on doing it a little bit different. First thing I'm gonna do is mark a 1 foot overhang on these 2x4s that will hold the tin. Okay, I measured 1 foot and I put that mark right there on the front of the board. And then I've opted to use these Simpson strong ties. They were $1.39 and I think they'll do a good job. And I'll put them on just like this. But I'll fill all the holes with screws. All right, I'm gonna measure from here to here. And I can see that this front board here, this one here, has got a bow in it. So I'm gonna make sure that that length from there to the back is the same as the two ends. That bow only made me lose about a ½ an inch, so it was really easy to fix just by pulling on it a little bit. A structure like this could have so many uses. Leave the floor off and you got, you know, the bones of a chicken pen. Just a few adjustments, you could put walls on this thing and have a little shed. Put some flooring in here and you already got a place for a small tent, you know, platform or whatever. But for now, I like the thought of outdoor living space. Oh boy, here goes George chasing another mole. He is relentless. Man, he loves chasing them things, and he's got a good nose. He can sniff them out. I hate it that he kills these things. If they got a little life in them, I'd try to put them somewhere out of his reach. Give him another chance. Like I've mentioned many times before, I like using 3 or 3.5 or even 4-inch deck screws instead of nails, because sometimes I like to take my stuff apart and rearrange it or move it. All right, I got this thing looking the way I want it. It's ready for tin up here. But this one, the tin's gonna go sideways. It's gonna go from left to right, not from front to back. It's dropping down to 23 Fahrenheit tonight, and for me who ain't used to it, that's pretty cold. This wind don't help at all. So I'm done for today. Hopefully the wind won't be so bad tomorrow. With temperatures getting down into the low 20s, I have to make sure and keep these old incandescent light bulbs around the well. It keeps just enough heat in there to keep it from freezing. So far, the old well's been a good one. And those old incandescent light bulbs are getting harder and harder to find. They wreck everything, don't they? Well, it might be freezing cold out here, but it's still beautiful. Creek's looking good, sounding good too. Well, the little pole barn outdoor living space is looking good. I reckon one of the first things I'll do next is cut those 2 posts off that are a little tall, like right there. I like using my battery operated chainsaw for these small jobs. If it's just 1 or 2 cuts, 3, they work great. Yeah, I do like my overhang over the creek. Don't fall now. Yeah. It's a nice view. There won't be anything going on across. That's pretty thick brush. So this will be a nice private spot to sit here and enjoy the creek. Okay, my floor is 10 by 12. That's like $300 if I try and cover it in 5-quarter treated. I'm gonna wait around and see if I can't find a deal, maybe an old fence that needs to come down or an old deck needs tore up. I don't have to have brand new stuff. And for the top, I'm gonna need 5 sheets of 3-foot by 12-foot. I'm gonna wait around, find a deal. I know one neighbor said he thinks he has some used I could get into. Real big hurry to get this thing finished, so I'm gonna try and find a good deal. I went by my pile for from the sawmill where it's $5 a board, but they didn't have nothing but scrappy looking stuff, so that wouldn't work. But maybe they'll put a new pile out. If I did that, I could probably get by with about less than $100 for that floor instead of $300. That would work. The wind stopped blowing. It's not so cold. I think I'll burn this brush pile. I guess I'm glad I always got so much to do. No time to get bored, right? Appreciate y'all coming along. Catch you on the next one.